So, hello everyone, it's time for shitty game, right? And I feel the game of life shitty right now. From my last video, right, I'm down tremendously amount yesterday, which is ridiculous. And then it went up, now it's down a little bit now. I can see all people's money too. But yeah, I'm currently going through I would say depression, but I don't know. I don't feel depressed. I feel more hateful for myself. It's more like if I do a mistake like that, I just hate myself. That's more. I have a lot of internalized critique to myself. I'm more like that guy. But anyway, so yeah, I can relate to shitty games here. I also worked in a lot of shitty game companies, so I can relate to that as well. But that being said, though, this anime, and you know it, I love Hiro, one of my favorite animes. So that's this anime is sort of disappointing, right? But like before, I knew it was the same author as Light as in. Hiro, right? I said earlier, I was like, what? It's the same author? But Hiro's awesome, but this anime is like, eh. So, yeah, I was like, how did we get here? How did we get to this world? You know what I mean? Like, I barely could believe it, right? It's just like a completely other author. It's just so weird. And, it's like, now I know the truth, right? It's very disappointing. It was better before I knew, you know what I mean? It was better back in the days. Well, I didn't know the reality, It was better then, It was better before someone told me that this anime is made by the same author. I'm like, no, it can't be. Like, it can't be. But that doesn't make any sense. This anime is crap. Like, it's like, how did we get here, man? Something like that. I was like, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. But okay, if you say so, I'll crash it down. Yeah, it's true. But again, the last episode, I think, is a good step of this thing. And I keep wondering. I feel half watching this anime now just to kind of try to understand where he was going with this thing. Yandere versus Yandere is good though, the ending here, but it's just like the item shop thing. I think that's bad writing in my opinion, right? Because no, I think it's textbook bad writing. In my opinion, it's objective bad writing. Because like, what's the point of having the main character go in there? The main character is presented as like it's like a money grabbing gamer, right? I can relate, losing a lot of money yesterday. Yeah, I can relate losing money there, and you always check the other store, right? It doesn't make any sense. Like if you ever play a video game, it's supposed to be a gamer, right? You will go into store A and be okay. Here costs a potion here, like the bomb here is like okay. The bomb here costs 10 gold coins. Okay, go to the other store and compare, right? No one will just go to the first store next to them, and so on, right? And of course she's trying to trick him. He says no, we'll go to the other store. So that whole thing didn't make any sense, and I think the writing there is really bad because if the writer, like if he just said there's one store here with this, Yotsuba looking character, he's like, oh, okay, and then he gets tricked in that store, right? That would be one thing, and that would have worked. He'd be hateful for the store and he'd be angry. But now there are two stores, he could just at least compare to the other stores. So it's just like for me, it's like a really unnecessary thing to add. Like, why would the author add that is next door two different stores? Like, what's the point of that? It just makes the main character look even more stupid, even though, and it's kind of anti-characterization because we saw him earlier. Not thinking like that. Earlier he was like, oh, I should, try to find the best store, right, to make money and all this stuff, right? So it's just like, it goes against the characterization immediately, right? It completely breaks his character that we had just previously. Like, it really does. Like, why would he do this thing? You know what I mean? Like, why would he act like this when we already know that he's, how to say it? Like, he's like a guy into, gaming and nerd and all that stuff, right? That he's like trying to find the best store and all stuff in episode 1. So it completely also breaks his characterization from the earlier episode when he was like trying, right, to get the best price and so on. So it's a really weird scene. I feel a really weird scene, and again, it's just so unnecessary. But anyway, let's watch the episode. But I think it's fair to say, like, I don't understand how this anime can be the same author because it's like, why could it, if it was one store, if it was only one store with evil Yotsuba, right, one store. The jokes would still work. He's like, oh, they're taking my money and so on. The jokes would still have worked, but he would look like an idiot. So it's just like a necessary point. But anyway, let's watch the other. So 3, 2, 1, and go. But it just doesn't feel relatable, right? Because if you ever play these games, you would always compare. If you know there's two stores next to each other, you would compare the games. I mean, the stores in the games, right? And you have more cities, you would compare and so on, right? But this is good though. I mean, it's Yandere versus Yandere, man. Yeah, baby, here we go. Yes. It just has hot characters, right? Yeah. It just has cool characters going for it. Yeah. So that's good at least. It has cute waifus. That's what you're going for. The anime at least has cute waifus. You know, like that's good. Like it has hot, attractive waifus. So that's always something. It could have been worse. It could be no waifus, right? So at least it has that going for it. It's like, it got the waifus. Ah, that's true. It got the waifus, yeah. It could have been worse. It could be no hot waifus. Could be no waifus, baby. But still, though, I just can't, get out of my head, right? If I just can't get out of my head. It's just so bad. Like, what's the point of adding that store next to there? Used to the main character breaks characterization, because earlier he was like, oh, I need to. But episode 1 is like, I need to find another store, right, to make money, because it took my money and so on. So it clearly already has that kind of personality. He's trying to make the 10-20 bucks, right? Trying to, and I get it, like if you watch Josh Vidal and so on, I get the point, if you're a gamer, it's like, I have to make the min-max my allowance and so on, right? It's like it's a teenage kid, right? It's like an 18-year-old guy, so like, make the money, right? Kind of like I should live my life too. I'm funny that way. Like I can lose like 10,000 in like one day, but I'm still like, should I buy this T-shirt for the $10? Oh, it's so expensive. So it's really weird how easy it is to waste money on stocks. But I think it's probably because you hope it's gonna at least increase in value, right? So it's a little different mentality. But still, here we go. But now I get the whole point, of being, I'm gonna make money. So why is he? Yeah, it's my boyfriend. Oh, here we go. She's in love with him, Yandere. Because it's Yandere love, come on. They're both Yandere versus Yandere. Yeah, Tesla's very powerful. Some Elon Musk thing going on there. She's just in love with him. Come on, I'm not trying to play it like Tesla told me to do it. She's just playing. She's Sundra. She's playing Sundra Yandere. They might end. She was following him because she's in love with him. She's Yandere. Exactly. I was following you. Come on. She's Yandere. She was like, I was following you because I'm in love with you. Of course you are. Never underestimate my desires. It's like, yeah. I guess. You get to do your party, man. Maybe I should make you my party. We had a rookie start. Yeah, it was a bad beginning of our relationship, but she has some special skills, right? I can smell you. Yeah, that's good. That's how she find him. Yeah, I can smell your. I can smell it. I also smell it all the time. Yeah, I smell it all the time, man. Power of smell. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, this is some damn manga now. This is like, of course you smell ammoniac from you, man. Yeah, but they're gonna keep fighting, right? Of course. She's crazy, that's the thing. It's like, are you crazy? But yes, I am! That's the whole point of my character. It's like, yes, I am crazy. It's like, that's true. That's nice. I didn't know it was. That's a good plan. She got the Luffy lap. She. Yeah, I feel now she got the Luffy lap. Definitely. She. They're fighting a fight, right? Come on. She indeed. It's time for them to fight, man. Yeah, they're gonna have a fight, right? She indeed. She. Yeah, it's too realistic, this game. That's the problem. This game is definitely too realistic. It's like, yeah, that's a problem with this game. What's happening? Like in the roof? Like a spider? Yeah, her is the kind of ninja! Her powers are too powerful. Yeah, she's powered up by her killing instincts, definitely. But that's more knives, right? See, she's a kind of spider character. With more knives. Like, why is he one knife for, man? What was his strategy? He's like, yeah, one knife gone. It's like, I have more knives. Yeah, it's like... It's true. What's the pretext? I wanna smash you! Like, what's like, I wanna smash! Come on. I like the real style. I'm in love with him. From my Yandere way. Yeah, it only shines if you really put hurt on it. She's like, yeah. Exactly. I wanna torment him more. Yeah, of course she is. Of course she is. That's the obvious thing. Yeah, of course she wants to torment him herself, right? He did! He's a great, yeah, I wanna... Of course she is. They're both crazy Yanderes. Yeah, she wants to experience the, you know, full-on Yandere feeling there. Yeah, she's like, come on, man, not ruin my relationship. I'm full agility character. Yeah, like I'm an agility-based woman. Is a strength-based woman, but I lose genders of agility-based, yeah. But I mean, certainly a knife is more classic Yandere. Truly it is, but like a saw sword is a swordbreaker sword. I show you my shopping apple skill! Definitely! I got my power of shopping apples. Aiming for her life, I guess. She. It's like Luffy Yandere, yeah. She. Yes, her to be training for battles. She's punched her, I guess. Yeah, she's like sucker punched her. Yeah, it's like, I guess it's a normal punch or kick. Why not? So Alicia is like really skilled in combat apparently. Yeah, Alicia is like a really apparently a very skillful combatant. Yeah, she's all like got some tricks up her sleeves and everything. Like she's the very powerful childhood best friend here. She's a recruiter, man. And also like crazy, yeah, there we go. Maybe we should have done something while she was fighting. I don't know, he could have helped her out, but yeah, you gotta figure out the weakness of your enemies. Yes, thank you. Yes, indeed. Hiro. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna punch her with my fairy fists. Oh, so you can censor? Oh. What happened if you cut the fairy? I mean, last time she knows steer. She blinded her last time, so. She got some like medical goggles so you can see her. Some fairy spectators. It's like, no, I will seduce her. I feel like I understand now. I will seduce her. I feel he's like, I will just take the damage. He loves me. It's the Yandere. You could go, you know, you go size to it. It's like I just take it. She will love me. It's some perv stuff, I guess. There's OPPAI. Yeah, here we go. He's like, the ultimate strategy is OPPAI grab! Yeah, here we go. Okay, no anime is good at this. This is like, no, this is the best in the anime so far. Are they? Then take this OPPAI grab, yeah! Yeah! Did it work? Hare? Yeah, I want it. She's like, perfect. It's what I want. Like, I never done a guy before. It's unrealistic about this, yeah. You wee man! Yeah, how pathetic. Come on, but she might like it, right? Might seduce her with it. I feel it's more a seduction strategy, in my opinion, right? This might be good for, you know, the seduction, right? It's like, yeah, Hiro-kun! But I think it should be good for, yeah, the seductive strategy of it. Would be my guess. Come on, man. So back to the... I can feed my brother's ghost spirit, yeah, it's great. I can feed my brother's ghost spirit. He's here with you, isn't he? It's like, yeah, he's kind of... Well, I like how he's like, here's my strategy, I got OPPAI grabber. They will confuse her. He's like, oh yeah, I like that. I've been there before, boy. I'm not some V. He's like, okay, yeah, okay. There we go. I love you. There we go. The love strategy. I love you. The OPPAI grab was kind of the same thing, I feel, but whatever, I guess. Hiro, what? I always loved you. Here we go. Shy hit attack. I love you. Yeah, but I mean, he's Yandere. Just go for, you know, this is how you get it right. It's working, yeah. Good job, Hiro-kun. Make her feel all, yeah, they're confused by the Yandere stuff. Yes! So Nano! Yeah. There we go. I mean, she's Yandere. You're a seducer, right? This is how you defeat... Everyone's how to defeat Yandere. She's a seducer. Yeah, even your crazy Yandere part is great. Here we go. Be my miso soup. There we go. Be my miso soup. That's clearly... That's the way you get any girl, man. Tell her to be your miso soup. There we go. Gets double Yandere love. You know, how else will you defeat the Yandere? You seduce her. Everyone knows this. So, you know, gets a party member. Perfect, you know. You can smash her, party member up. She's a ninja, you know. She's a kind of assassin ninja character. Yeah, she told her that immediately when you kill your brother. Here we go. I love you. That's why I want to kill you. Oh yeah, my Nissan also loved you. That's why you killed him. That's why he was very disappointed when you killed him. How could you kill him? He was a total accident. Yeah, come on. Yeah, it's all his fault for the stupid first comment here. Leaving the city. This is a very risky game. It is true, he did die. Yeah, she got him with that. Like, why did you leave then? If it was a lie. Yeah, she's like, oh, you did it, man. You defeated her by breaking her heart. It was awesome. She's so, again, complacent, man. Renault was like, yeah, you crushed her heart. That was awesome. Yeah, great strategy. It's like... It's like a weird gaming thing. It has some memories so far. There's a weird gaming thing. It's like no lore. It's a really bad game, you know. And a bad game, I mean, not in too hard, but it's bad. Like, why wouldn't you have any backstory when you... What's the flashback, you know? But really, I mean, normally you play this kind of game, you have some text, some lore, some back, something, right? But it's like, he starts immediately there, and there's no build-up how he knows them. Yeah. But also the game is really badly written because he doesn't get any backstory when he meets them, so I mean... He's an NPC! Stop falling in love with an NPC, man! Like that NPC over there. Yeah, very powerful girl there. With a very revealing outfit. Yeah. With a very revealing outfit indeed. Oh yeah, you pay her by body damage, of course. You pay her by taking damage. Yeah, you're like, can I please do this thing to your body? It's like, no. Ah, come on. It's like, yeah, can I please do this thing? It's like, no. It's like, Yeah, for some flashbacks. Gotta get a backstory. I'm gonna go to Kenner, yeah, like gotta go up there. I think like Sona Gears, we have to go to the tree and to get some flashback with you and your friends, you know, the conversation you need to, yeah. Like, why is she so obsessed with that thing? Renua is so obsessed with it. That I feel is like, it's annoying now. It's like it's like last episode, she's like, oh, you need to use the number one. Yeah, like, come on, Noah, stop complaining about the time or mentioning it. But okay, it's like a super big magical tree, right? It's very beautiful with all the different rainbow of, assertive rainbow of color and so on. So it's like flashback time with Martin. Yeah, gotta get the flashback, man. Gotta get the flashback. Flashback. Need my flashback. Yeah, it is. Ghost Martin. I already killed you once, so I'm used to it. They have to kill you once, I'm used to it now. But is it time to get a kind of flashback? It's like time to flashback, right? No. That kind of made no sense. Calmly. How does he know everything without actually failing the game? That makes no sense. Yeah, this is bad, right? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But how does he know everything? Like, how does he know all the different routes, right? Like, if he's a good player, like, just that's weird in the game. It's very weird in this game. What? He ghost feeds him. No! He exercises him. No! What about being tormented by your best friend? Oh, yeah, see? Now it's flashback time. You need to have the flashback time. He needed this early in the game, man. He needed that flashback earlier. This episode 1 should be flashback. Yeah, what's that like a weird voice for? He's definitely younger. Why is the voice so weird for? You're out too soft on Hiro! Tomodachi! Why is voice so annoying for? We're best friends! We're best friends, man! Best friends, yeah, best friends. Forever! Best friends forever, man! Yeah, it's like best friends forever. Yeah, best friends forever, man. We're best friends forever. Why is his voice so weird for? Like, why is the voice so annoying for? Best friends for life! It's like, okay, yeah. But, that was the most generic backstory ever, though. That was like the most generic, silent best backstory ever, though. I mean, it's like, yeah, they were friends. Sure. It's like, I get it, man. Yeah, why not, man? Yeah, like they used to be good friends. Now don't die on me, best friend. But hear you loud and clear, best friend. Yeah, be my ghost. So you can actually get rid of your ghost guy though. So the other player, the fat so he's a bad guy. Yeah, the other guy he's never played the game. The other guy he's never tried, I guess, in 10 years. he had his ghost thread forever. He never tried to go to the backstory. He could never. I guess you could never read of them. Yeah, he's a bad player, man. He's just a really bad player. He just never, never managed to lose them. Oh, it's Rona. She's like, did you go number 1? Just gonna question he went number 1, no? He was my best friend. Oh yeah, I can't see more. She's like, I can't see anything. You look like a weird creep. She's so annoying. Like, why is it you look like a weird creep, so... It's glowing! Yeah, more glow on his stuff, you know, yeah. The best Amazide. Best friend killer. It's like, you're... But I don't know, the game is always like, how does Titan make any sense? Like, do you get stronger if you can type? This game never explains that it's anime. It's better getting a new title. You know what I mean? This anime never explains that. Is it just much better now having that new title? Does it like make him more powerful, you know? Or is it just like, nope, it's the same thing, you're just stronger? Like, the anime should explain that definitely. If it's just better, right? Having a new title. How does it actually help you? It would be great to know. It's like, yeah, it'd be great to know. I mean, like. But I mean, it would be great having. Oh, it's the burning. It's every RPG ever. The burning down village. Here we go. Now it's the RPG. The burning down his whole village. Yeah, that's like every game ever. Every game in history of gaming. Yeah, you burn down the village. Oh, it's a special event. Okay. But can you ever leave the city? Jesus Christ, man. It's like. Probably the best episode so far, actually, because it felt a little more fun now, and you know, double Yandere, and you know, here comes the ass shake ending though. The best part of every episode is the ending, right? We have Renault and Alicia and so on, and get into the you know, the asset dance. Come on, there we go. Yeah, look at that. That's the best part of every episode. Yeah, and the massive OPPAI right in her, and the next ass shake, you know. We saw her ninja skills though. She's very powerful, Alicia. He made a mistake not recruiting her. She's very powerful. She's like, oh, I tricked her, I kicked her in the stomach, and this thing, and this thing. You're like, she's incredibly competent for being a bad guy. Yeah, you're like, holy shit, man. This woman is very powerful. He's super powerful, really is. Like, yeah, that's true. She's like, yeah, kudos there. Yeah, but the ending is the best part of the episode. The ending is always the best part. Then we finally have the good episode. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it was good when they're fighting though. So probably I'll say the best episode so far. And of course the whole like, I will grab her OPPAI, that will defeat her. She's like, oh, you think I'm some kind of V or something? I have boys that OPPAI before. Like I never, yeah, this, yeah. Like I never had some OPPAI grabs before. that was good though, that was good though. She's like, come on, I got guys that OPPAI all the time. But it does feel a little weird though. But at the same time, I mean, it's funny, but this is the problem with the anime, I think, a lot, because this is a funny scene. She's like, oh, you think this is the first time someone gets my OPPAIs? Oh, come on! I've done it a lot of times before in my life. It's very realistic, yeah, that's funny. But I think a problem is that, isn't she in love with Hiro? Isn't she in love with the main character? I'm not saying that she can't do other guys, but you know what I mean? It doesn't feel a little strange, because it's like, wouldn't he be the one to do it then? Right? Isn't she still kind of young though? She's kind of, I don't know, 20 max, right? Wouldn't she still be like, I mean, maybe, I mean, it's realistic, but at the same time, not really, because they haven't set any other, you know, love interest for her, right? So isn't she in love with the main character? And on that notion, then, wouldn't he be the one to, you know, wouldn't she has experience? I mean, I'm just saying, right? She's supposed to be in love with him, right? So who else would she have, you know, OPPAI grabbed, you know what I mean? Or would OPPAI get her? I mean, yeah, like who else would have done it before, right? So it is a little strange though, like, but yeah, it's a little bit like, but who else would have done it except him? Otherwise, in the main story, you know, in her life, right? It's a little bit like, wait a minute, kudos, yeah. Get out her skills. She looks like it's a lot of good. I mean, it's a good, good face episode when you see all the good, both of them going crazy. Yandere versus Yandere, and she keeps doing her, like her weird faces, right? I think this is the best one. She looks really weird and with her eyes. Oh, it's good. She's like, I'm gonna stab her first. So I mean, this episode definitely was the best episode. But I think the episode kind of shows you a few things, right? I said since episode 1, right? This anime, it's always way weaker in outside, right? It's always weaker when they are in the real world, right? And this is episode 1, and I keep saying this, but I said, of course, I'm right. This anime will be way better as an isekai, right? If he actually got forced into the game, then he would have all that other stuff outside the game. The flashback of his, sad backstory could see up here. But otherwise, if we skip all that stuff, it would explain why he never leaves the game, right? Even the game is horrible, and so on. And, we'll have more of this stuff, right? Yeah, because it's always more interesting, it's more fun inside the actual game, right? Everything outside the game is just boring and kind of bland, right? Yeah, doesn't matter so much. So that again here is like this stuff. This episode was 100% inside the game world, and it was actually much more entertaining. But otherwise, like, obviously, it is a very Yandere versus Yandere anime. He has that double Yandere girlfriends, and that really is. A huge part of the anime, right? Like that's fun in it, and them fighting, of course, was a good part. And Alicia is very competent. Oh yeah. She's like, I tricked you, so I kicked you, and like she's very. It's the best here. Here's the best scene. The OPPAI scene is good, and the scene when she is like breaking her neck backward. That feels like very Yandere. She's like, and she kind of turns around the neck, right? I can't do the horse because I would dive to that thing. I can see a good frame here of it. Yeah, this scene. Of course, this is the best scene when she's like, oh yeah, you think that's scary? Wanna see my Yandere face? Yeah, here we go. This scene here. She's like, I am Yandere for you, Hiro. So of course she was in love with him. I mean, it makes sense. But then again, though, right? Who has read OPPAI before but him? Is she only love? Is it he, her love interest? Or who else was going in there, right? But that scene was funny. But at the same time, it's a little bit like, wait a minute, who would? Isn't she in love with him? So who was she in love for? The Onishan? What? Yeah. It's like no other male character in her life except Onishan, right? So I'm a little bit like, wait a minute, what's this implying? It's like, it's anime after all. But yeah, that scene is good, right? I would say definitely the best episode so far. And not really so much bad stuff happening in it. I mean, bad as in like weird writing and so on. Because again, as I mentioned before the episode, right, for the reaction part, like last episode, it's like, why wouldn't you use shop 2, right? Why is it forced to be at shop 1? Doesn't make any sense. Here, there was no weirdness of like, here the main character wasn't an idiot, right? Here he wasn't an idiot. He actually tried to defeat her with love attack and Suzuki and so on, which is always the best strategy for a Yandere girl. I mean, if you've ever seen any anime, right? Like obviously most famous than Miraniki, you always defeat the Yandere girlfriend by your Suzuki. Yeah, you're like, oh, I love you. Oh, you really? Yeah. You always just. As long as you agree with her, you're gonna get some, right? Yeah, fighting. You know what I mean? You can just agree with her, right? That's a easy way to really calm her down, to begin with, right? And it's the exact same thing in real life, honestly, guys. I'm not saying if you have. I mean, I had, I had a Yandere, like a real Yandere girlfriend a few years ago. Man, that was like many years ago now, but it's like many years ago now. But I had a Yandere girlfriend, and she was super annoying. And I mean, she really was Yandere, except the stabbing, but. Because she would like call me all the time, she would like call me in the morning, she would call me at work, she would call me at, like she would like text me and call me 5-6 times a day and so on. Yeah, that's kind of the more, real, realistic Yandere girl, right? In our time, right? She can call you on your phone constantly, right? Or message you and so on, Facebook and so on. She would call me constantly, right? In that way, this was many years ago, but she do it constantly, right? All the time, for example, right? But I mean, so I'm not saying that, because I have experience, I'm not saying that codependent Yandere is a healthy girlfriend to date, right? But you don't get rid of her, or or make her, make her be lesser of a pain in the ass, right? By being just like, screw you, or it's way better playing on that codependent side to some extent, right? You're like, oh, don't worry, like you should, but seriously, right? It's way easier just to be like, oh, this is better. But of course, you have to break up. Maybe you want to eventually. But I mean, to begin with, it's way easier just being like, oh yeah, that's being complacent, right, in the beginning. at least. Yeah, you don't want to do like the worst thing is, I mean, like he's doing it. And unfortunately, I think in most animes, what they usually do is that they just like run away from them. Like, oh no, of course they are more extreme in an anime than are in real life, but you know what I mean. If you have an actual real life Yandere girl, don't just like, don't go 100%, trying to reverse her, right? Because that's going to make her pissed off. You know what I mean? That's scary. Yeah, like, that's bad. Same thing with, of course, if you have a Yandere boyfriend, that's a psychotic boyfriend. Yeah, don't piss them off by going, 100%. You have to kind of ease into it. You know what I mean? You gotta ease into it, yeah. But apparently in anime, they're always like doing this is run away from him immediately, right? If he told her that he loved her day one, she probably would have just loved him back, but yeah, they wouldn't chase him after him. Yeah, if he told her immediately that he loved her after it happened, it was an accident. It's like, I love you, Alicia, I don't understand. Then she probably would have never, go cray, right? In the same way, right? So you always have that questionable strategy, but it's very anime. It's very anime, of course. It makes Miraniki is different. In Miraniki is different. In Miraniki it makes more sense because in Miraniki, when he understands that Yuno is insane, I don't want to spoil too much, but if you see it, welcome home, Yuki. Oh, yeah, hi, Yuki. That scene is so good. And in Miraniki though, then that makes sense because he's like, what? And runs away from her, right? Because he's like, what? She's a murderer, right? So yeah, and then it makes much more sense, right? Because she's like 100%, scary, really scary serial killer Yandere immediately, right? So of course, then you should run because he's like, what the hell, right? So, but in that anime, it makes Yuki's reaction makes more sense because. She's maximized. He's like, what? But here instead, it's like it's an accident. She goes angry. But what if we talk to her? You know what I mean? What if we talk to her? If we try to, miss it in, right? It's not really the same thing, right? No. This would be more like if Miraniki, is more like if he walked in and saw her killing her brother. Yeah. If he walked into the house and saw Martin being murdered by her, and be like, oh, she's like, you saw me kill him? He's like, I love you. You know what I mean? That would be more a Miraniki level. He enters and see her like, and he's like, what? And then he runs away because he's afraid of it. That would have been more how Miraniki is. He immediately, she's like immediately 10 out of 10 crazy, right? So then it makes a lot more sense that the main character is like, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? But he probably could have just told her, and OPPAI grabbed her and told her in episode 1 that he loves her, and it probably would have been way better, right? But anyway, yeah, episode was much better than usual. Still of course tomorrow with Zombieland Sega and what's it called, of course, Demon Lord. Yeah, Demon Lord. It was pretty fun in our film. He has all his waifus, of course, the bunny girl was a girl. I was spoiled too much. No, but that's Demon Lord last week. I was like, well, of course the bunny girl is a girl. I was like, who didn't think she was a girl? It was like, twist, she is a girl. And I was like, yeah. Who didn't think she was a girl? What? Anyway, that's more guys. Subscribe to that button.